Welcome back to the channel. I have been away for a while. I'm trying to get back into videoing because I've been getting a lot of calls and a lot of people picking me up to take me to the different garden centers. They want to know how to grow this, how to grow that, and how to can and stuff. So they have driven me back to the internet to do this. So today I'm going to show you how to pickle some vegetables. We're going to pickle some vegetables and we're going to make sauerkraut. The sauerkraut is very probiotic. It's going to be done in a way where it's fermented, and it will be able to help your health, your guts, your skin, your hair, everything. So this is what we're going to do today. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm bringing you back in, and we're going to start with the coleslaw. So I got a cabbage. I pulled off some of the top leaves, and I'm going to show you what we use those leaves for later. So right now I just want to cut it. And a sharp knife is imperative for this. I'm going to put half of this aside. And I'm going to start trimming it just this fast and easy. And we want to make very, very thin slices to shred it. And that's what you need a sharp knife for. Because I don't care for real thick, chunky, but I do want it to be thin. I'm just going to work our way through this. Sometimes the knife misses when I'm trying to get it so thin. But just take your time because it's getting a little right there at that center part. So we're going to work our way through it. Now when you get to this part, instead of trying to fight with it, roll it over. Start again. Keep your fingers out the way. Keep cutting through. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish up cutting this cabbage, and then I'll come back with you. Okay, so we're back. I'm bringing you back in, and I have finished chopping the cabbage, and I've got some help. So my niece is going to come in because I'm doing this to help her. She wants to learn how to pickle. She wants to learn how to do all the gardening and stuff and the canning. So this is going to be her introduction. So come on in. And I'm going to show you, this is May.
Hello.
Okay, so right here I've been chopping the cabbage. I left some here to show you again how we shred it. But I've got a pot over here. Tilt that and let them see. That is a full, almost full pot of cabbage. It was 2.5 cabbages. So I'm shredding them up because once I salt them and let them sit for a while and we start to mash them, you'll see it all come together as I do it. But I save the cores, and I'm going to show you that later. I save the cores and I save some of the leaves, and you'll see that later as we go. And I brought an apple. I've got an apple. All of that will come in later. Okay? So let's get to finishing this. I want to start her on some carrots. So I want you to take these carrots and I want you to cut them on the bias. Like, let me show you. Okay, so about like that thick. You see? So you really can just go. You know, this is nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Just get them cut. Okay, so I want you to start on this here. You got another knife. And I'm going to finish up this last wedge of cabbage. And this is going to be a tasty sauerkraut. It's going to be probiotic. it's gonna do a lot of healthy things for the gut because it's gonna be pickled. And it helps your skin, it helps all that. Once you get rid of all of them enzymes and germs and minerals and metals in your body, it helps you with everything. And it's easy because it really ain't nothing but a few ingredients. So you're not gonna spend a lot of money or be well out of your pocket with this. So anybody can do it. And it's easy. And it's fast. And in today's world with things going bad the way they are, who couldn't spend a couple of minutes to do this and put these pickles up in your refrigerator? Or this sauerkraut and put it up and have it, because sauerkraut in the store is expensive. And you can flavor it the way you want. I'm just going to do a simple flavoring because I'm teaching her. But you can do this any kind of way you want. If you want ginger in there or garlic or whatever, you can do all of that. Let me carry it over here and let me help you. This is why you need sharp knives in your life. Because sharp knives go right through the vegetable. Some people say sharp knives cut you. No, dull knives cut you. They slip off and cut you. But sharp knives, they bite in and get the job done. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is our food. We're not selling this. So, it can be thick, it can be thin. It doesn't matter. You just want to get it cut.
Put it back in?
No, we can leave it right there in that plate. Hand me the next carrot.
You want me to do it with that knife?
Can you do it with this knife? You want to try? Here you go. Pull it over there in front of you so that you got control of it. I don't know what I did with my towel. Let me get
Oh,
this.
it's on the big one.
Oh, I see it. I'm sweating. I'm hot.
It was like 75 degrees after I turned off my heat.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give me a shot. Okay.
Now, they're going to be sharp today, because when I finish with them, they're going to be sharp. Okay, put that in there. And then we're going to move on to the, let's start with the green beans and then go to the, just bring the bowl over. It'll be easy. So, I'm going to take the green beans like this. That's just a handful. I'm going to stack them up as much as I can. Get the little ones out the way. So, and then we're going to take these and try and get them all. Get on in there, get in there, get in there. Get that. So we're going to just cut the end off. See there? Swipe it over. Done. Go to the next set. It's not science. This stuff is easy.
You just cutting one side?
Just one side. The pointed end is actually pretty. I like that. So I'm not going to cut that. That looks good. It's not going to hurt anything. So let's get this to the end. These to the end. I'm going to set these back in the bowl. Stack them like little soldiers and knock them down. Bump them back some. in. Done. That's that. So in this bowl, I have green beans. I have pepper, carrots, and all of that. So I'm prepping this stuff now, and then, you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here, salt my cabbage, and then finish prepping. So let's do that. Okay, so we back again. I was getting ahead of myself because somebody is interrupting my space. Okay, but I'm not gonna say no names. But we will get through this. It's taking longer than I thought, but we're gonna get through this, okay? So now we're gonna salt the cabbage. So I'm using a pink Himalayan salt, okay? Pink Himalayan salt. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take it over here. The cabbage is not on. I'm merely sitting it here for space. But this is not hot at all. So I just set it here because I needed this pot for the size and amount that I have. And then too, I wanted to not bother my stuff over there. So I moved it over here. Because if it was me, I'd have a bigger house. Okay, so so we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt, and we want to shake it all around because this is gonna be the breaking down and fermenting agent. So you shake it all around. This 1. This is 2. Because we got quite a lot. Okay, did she sleep on that? Trying to say we born, huh? Oh my God. That's okay. That's quite okay. So we clean our hands. Let me get over here. Get my hands a little bit because you definitely don't want to put dirty hands. And I've been picking up a lot of vegetables and stuff. But you want good bacteria. You don't want bad bacteria. So we get all of this. And let me get my towel.
I ain't doing nothing over that.
Okay. Now.
And I'm washing my hands off camera, so.
And here's the towel.
Hey. Alright.
Okay. So when I bring you back, I want you to see down in this pot. See that? That's the salt on top. We're gonna mix this. So we have to use your hands, get down in there and mix this salt in. Because this is gonna be your breaking down agent and your pickling agent. So you got to mix this up. And then we're gonna let it sit for like about 10 minutes and let it break down some. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do, what we're gonna come up with at the end. So we're gonna mix this in. And so people been asking me, why did you pick the name Put Love in What You Do? Okay? It's because people have become so desensitized to love. And killing is the #1 thing. Everybody wants to show you when you're killing and shooting and stuff like that. We need to put love back in our life. If you do things with love and you live with love in your heart, guess what? Love takes over. So let's put love in what we do and get back to loving each other. So we're going to keep on mixing this.
Mommy! Yes, Mama.
And squeeze it. Don't be afraid to squeeze it because the juice is what you want.
See how it's just going down and down.
Yeah. See, now it's lowering. And it's getting down more and more.
From a full pot to a half.
Yeah. Who's narrating this? Somebody talking for me? So
That's her sister, my mom.
So we gotta work this as we usually work together. So it's hard for her to stand by, not say anything. You know, holidays and stuff. We are the ones doing the cooking. So is getting there. But now that I've mixed it through, I'm gonna let it sit for a minute. So we're gonna give it a 10-minute sit, and we'll bring you back after 10 minutes. Vinegar is to a boil. So see there, vinegar is to a boil. Can you see that? Watch the steam. But the vinegar is boiling, so I'm gonna turn it off, okay? And right now, I'm gonna take it over here. Let me get this so I can let you see me put it down in there. I didn't bring my funnel, but we're gonna make do with this anyway, because that's real life cooking. We're gonna go over here. Let me sit down where I can get control of this pot. Can you see that? Now I'm gonna pour this hot vinegar slowly, so the jar can heat up gradually. Slowly. Now I also could stick a metal knife in here or a spoon or something, and that'll keep the jar from busting. So you want it to go right there at that edge of that lip. No further. Let's do the next one. Slowly, so that the jar gets a chance to heat up. If you just dash it in there and it shocks that glass, because the glass is still cool, and then it busts. But if you take your time and slowly let it come up to heat by pouring it in there, you'll do fine. Just don't be impatient. Put love in what you do. Slow down. Give it some time. It's coming. It's coming up to that edge right there. Stop. Let's go to the next one. Slow, slow, slow. Give it time to slowly come up. Gradually heat the glass. Okay, there. Now, where'd the knife go? Okay. Give me something, either a knife or some plastic or something. No, not this, the case knife. I don't want to scratch the glass. I don't want it to break neither. Oh boy, this back hurts. Taking a drink. Thirsty. Okay. Thank you. So we'll take the knife. Now it's called debubbling. I usually have a plastic debubbler. A lot of people say don't use this, but like I say, just don't jab down there scratching and pecking and all that stuff. Take the knife, slide it down the side. See the bubbles coming up? That's debubbling it, because all them little areas between the cauliflower and everything, you got to give it a chance to come out. See? That's all you do. Debubbling. See them bubbles? And watch, see the water drop? Because now you're making it fill up and pressing on it. And you're making that fluid drop. So you see, the fluid went from up here to down here. See? So, we're going to adjust that. Let me get this one debubbled. These water bubbles coming out of there. See them bubbles coming up? And watch this on this side. See that bubbles coming up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stuff gonna try and lift up, but that's okay. We're gonna get it back down in there. And so you want to get the bubbles out. But now this can be hot water bath because it's an high acid now that you put the vinegar in there. So we went to a 1-to-1 ratio on vinegar and water. And the salt and everything was added to the jar. And eventually, all these spices are going to go down and they're going to settle at the bottom of the jar. That's why I like to put them on the top, because when you put them on the top, it gets to go all through the vegetables. Sometimes you put them on the bottom and the bottom of the jar tastes wonderful, but the top of the jar don't taste like nothing. So this way, the spices have a chance to work its way through the jar.
Talk that talk.
So now we gotta top them off because the level has went down when we debubbled, because all that juice went in them little areas and stuff that were filled with just air and space. So well, now we don't have to be so careful because it's already, the jars are piping hot now. And you see none of them busted because I did it slow. Now, take the lids, take this here, and I want to wipe this off. I need to put some vinegar on here because vinegar always cuts through residue. And so even though there's no fat or anything in this, there's still spices and salt, and you don't want that on the edge getting under the lid. So clean the edge of your jar, and you're checking for chips to make sure there's no chips, because you'll feel it. It'll snag this towel if it's broke. So you want to clean that off.
So if it's chipped, does that mean you can't use it?
You can't use it if it's chipped because it'll probably break or crack some more in the pressure canner or in the hot water bath, because we're going to hot water bath this because, let's see, too tight. So you want to do it loose. You want to put it on here. That's it. Just to the touch, because you want the heat to build up and force that pressure out. That's going to seal the lid. It's going to pull the lid down. And you'll see where the lid is making that right here. When it gets sealed, you won't be able to do that. It'd be like that. So that's why you don't want to crank it down. Just finger tight. That's it. Finger tight. Okay? So, amen. Now get some water. And we're gonna actually leave some of this vinegar in there. That helps to keep the water, the jars from clouding over if you have hard water. So leaving some of that vinegar in there and adding vinegar in there is going to keep your jars crystal clear. Whereas if you have hard water and you didn't put the vinegar in there, they would turn ashy looking or white powdery looking and stuff like that. That's hard water stain. So we're going to fill this pot. And we're going to boil this for 10 minutes. And once we boil it for 10 minutes, it's good to put on your shelf until you decide to eat it. It's not going to go bad. Because what we put in there was low acid vegetables. But by all the vinegar that we put in there and the salt that we put in there, we brought them up to high acid vegetables. So now you can safely water bath candy. Okay, I'll bring you over here and let you see. She decided we wanted to water bath Candace because she wants to learn. So we're gonna water bath Candace for 10 minutes. So you put the water in here. It has to be over the top of the jars, at least an inch or two. This is about an inch. And we're gonna let this come to a rapid boil slowly. We're letting it build up. While the jars is in there hot, the water's hot, the pot is hot. So now we're gonna be letting this come up to a boil. When it reaches a boil, you're gonna time this. Put the lid on and time this for 10 minutes. Okay? So I forgot to put the vinegar in the water, so I'm just gonna put a dash of vinegar. That's it. Dash of vinegar in the water. That's done. And once this comes up to boil and we can it, I bring you back because this will have to sit here for the rest of the night to get cool. Then it'll be perfectly sealed. But until then, you do not move it. Once it comes up to boil and we do the 10 minutes, then you take the lid off and you let it sit for 5 minutes before you take it out of the water. Okay? So you're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, then you're gonna take it out the water, and then you're gonna put it on a towel to the side and let it sit overnight. Tomorrow, you'll be able to rinse off the jars, label it, put it away.
Or eat it, which is what I'm gonna do probably.
Well, no, you don't want to eat it too fast because
Oh, really?
you got to give those spices a chance to mix. So this ain't gonna be ready for at least a week or two. Okay?
Okay.
Because you got to give those spices a chance to get into them vegetables and stuff and find their balance, and then it'll be ready to eat. Because this is a pickle. See, just like that fermentation is gonna take about a week, but this is gonna take about 2 weeks. But once you get it canned up, it's ready to sit in the shelf. You can put it in the cabinet. You can put it in the basement. You can put it somewhere where it's gonna be cool, in a closet or something, cool and out of the bright light, direct light. It'll last you for years. And just every now and then you go in there and you check it, make sure everything is still okay. Because sometimes lids do fail. So you have to watch your food all the time. I would be a lie if I told you that some of my stuff didn't fail. I don't know why they failed because they sealed when I did it. But down the years, I go back and check them and that's, oh, this is open. And you got to get rid of it. And I hear people tell me that all the time, that they have had lids to fail. So these lids are not infallible. So you do have to check them. And you want to remove the lid. But I listened to Homestead Heart tell a thing that I'm trying now. She said because you get so many lids, what she does is she loosens the lid and have it standing up off the top of the top lid. And then she can put stuff on top of it because the ring is going to hold it off the lid. That's a good idea. I don't know who she got that from, but that's a good idea. I'm going to try that. Because one thing you can't do is stack jars on top of jars. So that's going to allow you to stack jars on top of jars. So I'm going to try that. But this is it, one-on-one. We have to bring you back when it gets boiling and we'll show you the end result. Okay, so now we're at the end of the video. As you can see, it's boiling. You can hear it's boiling, the water's boiling, and we're gonna let this go for 10 minutes. We're gonna cover it and let it become a real rapid boil. When I cover it, it'll really start bubbling, and let it go for 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, I'll let it cool down for 5 with the lid off, and then we'll take it out and put it on the counter, and it'll sit for the next day. So this was all of a video. This video was all done to show my niece how she can food and put food up very easily without having a pressure cooker and still have something that she can eat. So I want to start teaching her the different things, and I felt like I'd bring you along with me and anybody else. So all the phone calls and can you come here, can you go there and stuff. I don't mind it, but I can't go too many times every different way. So this will give you a video you can look at, learn, do your work, and save yourself. Put love in what you do. Thank you. I hope you subscribe and come again. Thank you. Bye-bye.